What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We back. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is a good, but it's a rainy Monday here today. I am your boy, Doc Holiday. We are back with another HBCU OverDrive live show. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like, comment, share, and most of all, become a member and subscribe to the hottest HBCU podcast that's going on YouTube right now. I'm broadcasting from all three platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So make sure that you come on and wipe your feet, like the stream, have fun, and do what you got to do. Make sure that you keep the chatter in the chat at a respectable level. No cursing, none of that stuff right there, because we all respect each other. It is a stormy day here in Dallas. I just got been back since yesterday. Enjoyed myself in Jackson for homecoming. So we basically are, man, we are back to doing the same old, y'all. But I'm not even really tripping on it. Because when I got back here, on my way home on the road on 20, we get a message like, oh, ESPN coming to Jackson. They don't really come to Jackson like that. Don't nobody come to Jackson like that. And if y'all see, I got my son his football banner in the background, so but he don't come to Jackson like that. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that because it's the things I want to talk about. Basically, first thing I want to talk about is the weekend review. And really what I want to talk about is the game against Campbell, Jackson State versus Campbell. What I saw from my own eyes. It was a hard-fought game. I'm gonna just tell you just like that. I'm gonna be real honest with y'all. It was a hard-fought game. A lot of hard hitting. A lot of whistles being swallowed by the refs. A lot of bogus calls being called by the refs. Other than that, you had 51,000 in the stadium. You know what I'm saying? Probably about another 3,000 or 4,000 walking around at the tailgate section. So it made for a good homecoming this year. Hopefully for next year, whoever we play for homecoming, understandably so. Campbell didn't bring the band. Give or take here and there. They ain't bring the band. They didn't really too much. They brought some people, but they didn't bring the band. Hopefully people just come in and we'll have a band. We'll have a traditional homecoming. Really. What up, man? Nah, you good, bro? You good, man? You good? You good, bro? I want to come this weekend for Boombox, but I know I can't really do anything. And my lady in the chat, what up, Rusty? What's going on? Hey, but I want to come for the Boombox Classic, but life calls and duty calls. So basically, I have to go back to work, and hey, I'm doing what I'm doing now. This is another job that I have, y'all. But I'm not really tripping. So we're gonna have plenty of time to get around with each other and stuff like that. Hopefully I can come We could come for the SWAC championship game because we already know it's gonna be in Jackson. So we'll come. We can probably come for the SWAC championship game and see. I mean, take in on the festivities for that, y'all. But other than that, man, week 8 really kind of surprised me. First thing I want to talk about is the dang on Valley and Bethune, that brawl that happened up in the Delta, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what the heck was going on. What was going on, and what led to the fight? What led to going on? What was going on? So I want to try to. Yeah, it was a fight. It was a brawl. It was a brawl. Looked like after the game. It looked like it was after the game, y'all. Trust me, y'all can check it out. It's on YouTube. In fact, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. See, let y'all know what was going on, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. I just think when we start. So I'm gonna let me share this, y'all. Hey, from what I was looking at, it was a squabble. Like they was squaring up. And I agree with you, Rusty. Them red helmets Valley had on was popping, man. They was popping. Let me play that.
Wildcat football. We did the things we always knew we could do. We started executing on offense, and we started putting points up.
What's going on, Brian?
Well, I just think we got to put it all together. We got to put this mess that we just had behind us. We got to figure out what's going to happen with those guys that were involved, and we got to move forward.
From the press box, I mean, you guys won, and the buzzer made the noise, and instead of going to the center of the field, we noticed that some of the students were going over into the band area.
Well, yeah, they did the same thing to us last year.
Okay.
And our guys just wanted to take a picture with their in front of their band. I guess their guys got upset and they started, throwing punches. And my guys are not innocent because they retaliated. So we have to make sure that we don't retaliate when something like that happens. We got to have more class in that. We got to have more discipline in that.
Do you have anybody injured from what happened just a minute ago?
I don't think anyone is injured, but we just can't have that happen. We got to be more class, play with more class.
And what would you like to say to Coach Dan?
What's going on, Miss Ivy?
I apologize for this happening.
I let everybody know.
I know he's not that guy, and he knows I'm not that guy. We just have to make sure that we get these guys rallied together, and like I said, we got to play with better class.
How long is the trip back home?
We'll have to drive back to Memphis and fly to Memphis.
Okay, thank you, sir. Whoa, Bethune-Cookman has run to the Mississippi Valley State sideline. Coach Dancy is in the center.
So yeah. I hate winning buffers, y'all. So
what is happening over here? I don't see any state troopers, but there seems to be a lot of commotion. OMG. OMG. They are down by the athletic area. They are fist fighting. Bethune-Cookman won the game, but then the students started running towards.
Hold on. Let me pause this, y'all. Let me pause this. First off, whoever was recording that right there with the commentating, I salute you, I salute you. She sounded so professional. She wasn't even ratchet or anything like that. I salute you. Like, she pointed out where everybody was at, what was going on, this, that, the third. But the whole thing is what led to the brawl at the end of the game. That's the one thing. That's one thing people want to know, and that's one thing that the commissioner's gonna want to know for the SWAC.
OMG. OMG. What is going on at Mississippi Valley State University? There appears to be a fight on the sideline as the buzzer sounds. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Now they are being booed. Coach Dancing and a state trooper are now in clear sight. There's another fight. There's another fight behind Coach Dancing. There's another fight.
The crazy thing is that this lady spotted Coach Dancy from the press box. I mean, I understand. I'm gonna tell you just like this: you go to Valley, everybody, you know, if you ever went to Valley, you ever go to their stadium, it is like basically going to a high school stadium. But the thing about it is that the press box used to be on the visitor side, and they moved it over to the other side. So I heard, you know, hey, HB's man talk. I heard about that. I heard that was disrespectful. Like, I don't know. The disrespect, is it because of the frustration of losing right now? You know, would that be the disrespect come from that? Just the frustration of losing. But I don't think it should be. You should be disrespectful if you're losing.
Whoever would have thought two SWAC schools would be fighting? The game was over. Instead of going into the locker room, the teams didn't shake hands. Bethune-Cookman students are running towards Mississippi Valley sideline. I'm thinking maybe they knew some of the cheerleaders or some of the people over there with the band. There appears to be chaos on the field at Mississippi Valley State University. There is chaos.
You can hear somebody telling to send somebody to the locker room.
There is a fight on the sidelines. Wonder what the SWAC conference is going to say about this. OMG. 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 We gotta go get this.
Let's see.
Shaking hands. They ended up running to Mississippi.
I hate SWAC.
So yeah, man. Look, that right there was just crazy, man. What's going on, Brian? What's going on?
Well, everything's good. I just jumped on there and I seen you were playing a video and I was saying that's not the one that I've seen before. Well, give me
Oh no,
give
no,
me the
no, no,
tea.
no.
What happened? Give me the tea.
That so the
Glad you got
game was
home safe.
already.
First and foremost, glad you got home safe. First and foremost.
Yeah. So first of all, I think from what happened was that the game was already out. The game was already won, and you know it was. I mean, and it was a hard fought game. It was a hard fought game. Just not even gonna lie to you on that. It was a hard fought game. Bethune won 45-35. It's not, that was the biggest. That's the biggest output that Mississippi Valley put out there since the beginning. Since the beginning of the year. Well, not even since the beginning for the whole season. That's the biggest outcome that they put out. And for you to go over to the other side to knock heads with to not shake hands and then y'all knock heads. Y'all already knocked heads for 60 minutes. So what you mad for?
Yeah, they're mad at the record. But as a matter of fact, I watched the end of that game on HBCU Go, and I think I was the other night when we were talking. I think I was telling you how great the production was, but obviously
Yeah.
they didn't show that part. You know what I mean? That's
Nah.
why I was like, wow.
Nah, I don't think they showed that part. So that had to happen like immediately, not say immediately, but a little bit after the broadcast went on.
When they're going into analysis of the game and you know what I mean, their final comments and stuff like that. But this is it's one thing is being upset and but the game they take the game seriously and I understand that and that point. But once the game is done, I was never a big advocate, to be honest with you, of shaking hands after a game. If the final game of playoff, I understand that. Maybe the coach goes over and agrees, but to go over, because there's always a chance for something like this to happen. You know what I mean? You're talking crap, like you said, for 60 minutes, and somebody says something to somebody or remembers what somebody said and says, well, say it to me now. You know what I mean? So there's that opportunity is too great. After the game wins, you know what I mean? Put a hand up in the air, wave, and keep going on. But that's what I personally believe.
Yeah, so I mean that like really on the real thing about it, the commissioner's gonna have to look at that. They're gonna have to look at that, and then these schools are gonna have to kind of look at what's with extra security, especially if they play again next year. So you won't have that issue. Basically, like Prairie View and Southern. Prairie View and Southern, they don't like each other. But theirs started before the game even started.
Yeah.
And that was the whole situation right there. Their fight started before the game.
Yeah. Yeah, but these things cannot. It's not saying that won't happen again. It will happen again. I will never say never. But the thing is, right now, with everything that's going on in HBCU, we don't need something like this to be a headline on what's going to happen at the end of the week with College GameDay going to JSC. Because how if the quote unquote main media gets this, you know what I mean? They'll try to drag it, and how they are. They'll say, "I told you so." You know that as well as I do.
But they're gonna. I mean, with this though, they're gonna. The commission's gonna look at this tape. They're gonna look at the tape. They're gonna look at whoever had their phones out from whoever was on the sideline, who was actually on the field. He's gonna look into all of that to see what's going, to see what he has to do as far as the punishment goes. Like who was really, we don't know who was at fault. We don't know who started. You don't know who started the fight. You don't, you just seen players go to the other side and they start, they start duking it out. So we don't know that. We don't know what happened, but
it's all speculatory now.
And the same thing that the commission did with Prairie View and Southern, he's going to do with Mississippi Valley and Bethune-Cookman. He's going to look at every possible, whoever got a TikTok, whoever got a Snapchat, whoever got a Facebook, put it on Facebook Live. He's going to look into all of that. And he's going to come down, and he probably have to come down with the hammer, because it's just the simple fact that we can't have this stuff going on, you know what I'm saying, with our teams in the conference. I mean, it was luckily that Prairie View and Southern really didn't need their you know what I'm saying, those 10 or 11 players from each school, because of the fact that Prairie View went to go play Lamar, they bust down Lamar, and then Southern played their high school team from Virginia, from Lynchburg, Virginia. So they didn't really have to do too much of anything, man. They didn't really have to do too much of anything. Now we already know. Hey, Ms. Ivy, go ahead and knock this troll off of here.
Oh, let me get my thing. Oh, no.
But so yeah, it's something going, something's going to happen, and when it happens, these schools gonna have to understand you can't keep doing this.
No.
Thank you. You can't keep doing this, man. You can't. And it's gonna hurt, it's gonna hurt in the long run. It's gonna hurt in the long run. And we don't want that to happen. We want these kids to be out there to play and to be, successful out there. Doing what they do. We're not trying to get all that, all that mess stuff going on. But
Coach Prime is already telling his players, we ain't gonna have any of this foolishness.
I mean, yeah. If we get into that too, we're gonna get into all that tonight. Campbell and Jackson State, like, basically, I was saying, doing a review before we go to what we really talking about, where really people want to be that's on here for. Campbell and Jackson State, that was a hard fought boxing match. It was a technical boxing match, and if you don't understand what technical boxing is basically you're not boxing to knock somebody out. You're boxing to get the points. That's all you're doing. We was trying to box to get points by trying to knock them out. Campbell was trying to box they was technical with it. They was trying to get the points. It is giving us a bad name. So we don't want that. We don't need that. Hopefully this weekend we won't have that. So basically, it was a boxing match. It was a tale of two styles. That's what it was. That's what it is. It was basically, you got an air raid, but some of the stuff that we do, we run the ball, and then you got a heavy RPO type team that likes to run the ball down your throat. They want to bludgeon you with the run, and we, the one style prevailed. And even though we got the team, we got a defense where we can counteract that with, like, knocking somebody out. It was just, it was just a tale of two teams. By the time, I'm gonna say it like this: by the time 7-8 minutes within the game was going on, we all knew what Campbell was all about. Your mama could have known what Campbell was all about if she was watching the game on Saturday.
Yeah, but one of the things that I got to give Coach Minter, he it's like you said, it was a boxing match, but he tried to do the early blows quick. Like it was like the Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, because to go for it, fourth down twice, and the first one in your own zone, that's great. That's great confidence in your team. And he's saying that this is the only way I can beat them. That's what that's telling me.
And if you look at his post-game interview, he said, and it's from his mouth, that the dark side defense remind him of the '85 Bears.
Oh yeah. He said that, and he said he also said when he was saying that, a lot of people think he's just trying to hype up JSU. He says, "I know football. I know what football can look like.
He know what football looks like."
And he said, "I'm going to tell you like this."
He was a safety for the Carolina Panthers. He was
a hard hitter.
He was a hard hitter. He was a hard-hitting safety at the University of Nebraska that won a national championship in '95. He was part of the black shirt defense at Nebraska. Same defense that Tom Osborne had. Same defense Tom Osborne brought up. The black shirt.
You get much ivory, take off these channels here. That's Southern. That's Southern trying to get in, distract us.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Ivy.
So yeah, man, that was what was going on. That basically what was going on. It was just a boxing match. Yeah. And people saying we giving too much credit to Campbell and not to Jackson State, and I understand. So we're going to give our credit to Jackson State, but the way Campbell came out there and played the game against us was they had a game plan.
I don't think that we're giving too much credit to Campbell. We're telling it like it is. We're telling it like it is. We're just, the thing is, JSU was almost sort of like counter punching. You know what I mean? Take their best blow, and then after came out in the second half, they got the lead going in, played smart football instead of going for fourth down. Get the points. Go. You know what I mean? Go ahead by the half. You're still up by the half. So Dion, when he said, Coach Bobby Bowden always said, if you're leading when you go in the half and the other team doesn't score, you still win.
Right.
So coming out, great play call. Hit it to the tight end. I was screaming for that all day. Not that play, obviously, but hit the tight end.
Yeah, they said they've been working on that too. They were working on that the whole week.
All week. Yeah, there you go. Great play. And then after, we had a couple opportunities to lengthen the score. I'm not going to use the word necessarily blow them up, but it would have been a decent margin. Because Martin doesn't fumble and Shador doesn't throw that pick. That's 14 points. And like you were saying on one of the shows, on Ken's show, the safety. So that's 16 points right there. So there's your 30.
The safety. Oh, and then the block, the block.
31.
Yeah, the block extra point.
And I watched the game. Well, I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched some of the highlights that they showed, of the recaps of the game. That first field goal that we got on the throw, Shador shot through the hooks. If he goes back shoulder, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a good throw.
And then if we was on the 4-yard line in a red zone, and Ken was mad about this when they kept playing the damn commercial.
That was
we had the ball on offense, and then had a false start.
Yeah.
Now, because to me, Malachi right there, that dude was no match for Malachi. he was about to jump all that touchdown.
Yeah.
So you left 7 points right there.
Yeah.
Overall, this game should have been more than what it was.
Oh, 100%. And they should only got. I'm not even counting the 14. I'm only counting 7 because they scored with 26 points. I'm not even counting 7. It looks good for bettors if they bet and they had this bet within the spread. That's fine. But other than that, I'm looking at 22-7.
Right. So, but other than that, overall, nobody can't say that Jackson State did not play anybody out of conference. They can't say that no more. They can't say that we ducking and dodging. People saying, well, we should play North Dakota State. Nah, North Dakota State got their own stuff to deal with. So we're not worried about North Dakota State. They ain't worried about us. We from what I've seen in the coaches poll, we are ranked number 5.
And as Sean would say, man, I'm still laughing about Sean.
Oh yeah, I'll put that on. I put that on my YouTube shorts. Everybody was laughing at that.
Yeah, but the thing is also, remember, let's just go back and when they had that first, I will say, fictitious schedule, and we had Lane College on there, and everybody was just ripping JSU, and then after when they put Campbell, we still got a lot of gripe. So you know what I mean. So it was a wise choice to have Campbell, not only for JSU, also for Campbell. 2 great ex-NFL coaches, 2 coaches that are putting your program at the next level. Taking off the hat to them.
So in the coaches poll, I think this is the highest that we have been ranked in school history, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I have to add Zoe on that, but to be ranked number 5. So the top 5 in the coaches poll is South Dakota State. They're sitting at 71. All right. They already beat their juggernaut in North Dakota State, so they just sitting pretty for the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Number 2 is Montana State. They sitting at 71. They still got to deal with Sacramento State, which is sitting at number 3. And Sacramento State is 7-0. Number 4 is North Dakota State. They got a 5-2 record. Okay, so one of their losses came from South Dakota State. The other one came from an FBS program. And number 5 is Jackson State, 7-0. I think we, from what Zoe said, we haven't been 7-0 since 1983.
Okay.
So that is a big significance for us as far as in the HBCU world, and we are only one of a handful of teams that are still undefeated right now. So you got a Sacramento State that's undefeated at 7-0. Jackson State's undefeated at 7-0. You have a Holy Cross that's undefeated, 7-0. You have a Princeton, 6-0 undefeated. And I think Penn, University of Pennsylvania, is undefeated at 6-0 too. So you only have a whole handful of teams that is undefeated. We have to beat the brakes off of Southern to even get pushed higher. But also everybody else, you think about it, somebody's about to get knocked out from the top.
You think we can go higher?
We probably. It all depends on what North Dakota State does. It all depends on what Sacramento and Montana State do against each other.
Because they're always want to talk about scheduling, right?
Yeah, they still have to play each other. And that Missouri Valley Conference, that Missouri Valley Football Conference, it is a stacked conference, y'all. I think they probably have like 13, 14 teams in a conference.
I'm going to ask a question, and this is totally hypothetical, and I know you know the answer. Not even an answer, just a scenario. I'll put it out there. Imagine if they weren't going to they wasn't a rule that the winner of SWAC goes to Celebration Bowl, and we finished as high as we did. We would get an automatic bid.
We'll get an automatic bid because of the fact that we won the conference.
and then also wouldn't that also entitle us to be paid
A
for that
home
playoff
game.
game? Yeah, because when the lower like
It'll be a home
FAMU
game.
last year had to pay to go to the playoffs, didn't they?
Well, if you're a home team that's hosting the playoffs, and it's something that you have to talk to Blue about.
Okay.
Blue is way more. I mean, I'm knowledgeable, but Blue is way more knowledgeable than me as far as when it comes to this. But yeah, when it comes to the Missouri Valley, like when it comes to the conference, all that stuff, we'll get in. We'll host the game as long as we keep. If you keep winning, you keep hosting the game.
Okay.
And that depends on who's like number 1 or number 2 in the FCS. So, but if you really think about it, man, like this conference is super heavy, y'all. That conference is super heavy. You know, we got 12 teams in our conference. I feel like we need like 2 more, and we'll be good.
For the SWAC?
For the SWAC.
But
and that's just my track. That's my way of thinking right there. So I'm not even really tripping on it.
But the direction that my mind is going, that Coach Prime is building this program, maybe to take another team out of the SWAC.
You can. And yeah, you can say that. You can say that.
You know.
But that team, the conference, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 teams over 500 in this conference. Or of them with either a half a game or a game one game or a game and a half of each other in conference. Yeah. So probably about 6 teams gonna get into the playoffs from this conference altogether. Cause it's like a gladiator sport for them. They beat up on each other. But other than that, man, so you got, like I said, we got Alcorn losing Texas Southern on their homecoming. All the Alcorn fans.
Andrew Buddy, as your boy said.
Andrew Buddy! I can't do it like how Scotty do. In fact, I need to check on my boy G. I need to check on my boy GSPN.
Yeah, he ain't feeling good.
He ain't feeling too good right now.
He need a hug, man. He need a hug.
He not feeling too good right now. Y'all go check on G. Y'all go check on GSPN, y'all. Y'all make sure he okay, y'all. Make sure he okay. Okay? Because J-Max about to give him the business on Swagging the Food. That even though, and I'm gonna tell you like this, even though Aaron Allen passed for almost 400 yards, he still threw 3 interceptions. And I think, like I said, Scotty was down there and he said, like, why is he testing these dudes left and right? And I'm like, you know, my whole thing is, I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But because somebody was bound to get he was bound to get picked. And he got picked 3 times and one got taken to the house. I can't tell y'all, Texas Southern's, they'll probably give up a lot of yards passing as far as they back end goes, but you throw it up there, they get an opportunity to get it. They're gonna try to take it back to the house. I think that's the second one they took back to the house. So yeah, man, that's woo. And like I said, the West is still wide open, y'all. The Western Division is still wide open.
Now you said that weeks ago, man. You were
Actually,
you nailed that weeks ago.
in fact, I actually said it on Swagging the Food. I called it and said it on Swagging the Food. I said the West was wide open. I said you have to watch out for Texas Southern because they are the wild card. They are the wild card. That's who you had to watch out for. That was the one that like they sneak up on you, and they gonna play spoiler.
They play one bad game, one good game. One bad game, one
they
good
play.
Game.
They are not consistent, but you get what you get. You get what you get. So when it comes to that, like it's still wide open. It's still a lot of football to be played. There's a lot of football to be played in that Western Division. So I still don't see Southern might not even run with it because everyone got to win against each other. It just so happened that Texas Southern got to win between the two top dogs in the Western Division. In Southern and Alcorn. Now, if they would have started off the Labor Day Classic against Prairie View with a win, we would be talking about Texas Southern right now winning the West. I'm just saying we will be talking about Texas Southern winning the West if they would have won against Prairie View at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. That could be the game that definitely hurt them.
And then, the one game it really didn't hurt, but the one game that did hurt them when they lost to Alabama State by 3. That's the one that hurt them. That's the one that really hurts them. When they lost to Alabama State by 3. Oh, you got your background. You can hear the Halloween screams in the background.
Oh, that's my wife. That's my wife laughing at something she's watching.
Oh, okay. Pacifico, yeah, they got 2 cheap wins against D2. I mean, like NAIA schools and stuff like that, Division II schools. So we're not gonna. I can't really say anything about that, and we're not gonna say, well, they lost to LSU. They were supposed to lose to LSU. That was their money game. You think they were gonna go down to Baton Rouge? They was in Baton Rouge. You think they were gonna go down to Tiger Stadium to beat them boys? No. I mean, I ain't saying that they ain't got no heart to do it, but I'm saying the odds was way against them especially in Death Valley.
If they would have kept it within the spread, I would have been surprised.
Right, you would have kept it in the spread. It would have been a surprise for everybody. But they played against LSU. LSU ain't no slouch either because LSU just beat was it Florida? Yeah, I think LSU just beat Florida this past weekend. So, I mean, I'm not going to count nobody out in the West. Now, in the East is Jackson State in the 5 heartbeats. I'm going to call it Jackson State and the 5 heartbeats.
Yeah.
The only thing about with Texas Southern is, like I said, the play calling, the play calling from the offensive coordinator Marsh. It is terrible. It is terrible. That's some bad play calling from Jason Marsh. I'm sorry, but we gonna get out this week 8 review. Unless y'all go into the MEAC, but the MEAC really doesn't care because the game The game of the week for the MEAC this past weekend was South Carolina State and North Carolina Central, and I was shocked and surprised that South Carolina State came out with the dub, winning by 2 at home against North Carolina Central. And for some reason, Corey Fields wants to actually look like a quarterback.
Yeah,
Corey Fields wants to look like a quarterback. He want to look like a quarterback today, y'all. Oh, you didn't forget how to play quarterback, Corey Fields? You didn't? Oh, if you want to win the MEAC, you got to play like that all the time.
I want them to win the MEAC, so we go back and play them in the Celebration Bowl.
I don't see them winning the MEAC. I don't see them winning the MEAC. Especially when you still got a dog fight. You got 2 dog fights back-to-back weekends against Morgan and Dale State. And then we already know
Well, who went up to Morgan and beat the brakes off them? Was it
that was North Carolina Central.
Oh yeah.
And then you at the end of the season you still play Norfolk State, and that's not a gimme game right there. So I still don't see them winning the MEAC. I see Central winning the MEAC, but I don't see SC State going back.
Well, right now they're 1-0 in the conference.
Yeah.
They're 3-4. They're 3-4 overall.
3-4. Yep.
North Carolina Central 1-1 in the conference. So conference play has a. So it's going to come down to, like you said, these last 2 games. How many games they got left? They got
they have
4 games. They got Morgan State, Dell State, Howard, and Norfolk State.
Yep. And none of those games are going to be easy. Like I said, that Howard game might be easy, but then Howard just beat Delaware State this past weekend.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
South Carolina State can beat Morgan if they stop the run. Because in reality, Morgan was supposed to be here. They wasn't supposed to be this type of team yet, because he got there late. He got there almost during the summertime, so he don't even have a actual recruiting circle, because he got there late.
Yeah.
But
if
go ahead.
Go on.
No, you go ahead.
No, but South Carolina, if they went, you know what I mean? If they went out, they're back in.
Yeah, they went out, they back in. They went out, they back in.
Well, I know Blitz City would be happy.
Yeah, they'll be back in if they go, if they went out. But like I said, I don't trust for South Carolina State. I don't trust the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you got a beast in a receiver like Shaq Davis, and he not getting the ball like that. Come on now. I don't trust you. I don't trust Corey Fields.
But if they get there, you know what? This is where we see the number 1 recruit. Lock him down. This is his game.
Yeah.
That's his game.
Yeah.
And I love to see that, man.
Let me see. We got some deep. Let me see what we got in the D2 standards, because I love to talk about D2 schools, man. They play a good style of football. Nobody really don't give them, the light of day, because you got a Virginia Union is still undefeated. Virginia Union is still undefeated. Jada Byers is that dude. Let me see what his. Let me see what his stats is because my guy is on. He must be on point to break some records. CIAA, y'all.
Trying to look up some of this stuff. Virginia University 8-0.
Yep,
Wow.
8-0. 8-0.
And they put a beating on. Was it Lincoln?
Yep.
45-20. Let's just look at the.
Jada Byers has
187.
He has 1,600 yards with 18 touchdowns. He averaged 195 yards per game. And this dude, from what my boy Josh told me, he's only like 5'7", 5'8".
Oh, really?
If he could average, he probably would average out. It depends on how many games they got left, but overall, he can get 2,000 yards.
Well, the way he's going, definitely.
The way he's going, he can get 2,000 yards. And the only thing is, I don't know how many games they got left. So I'm about to check and see, y'all. They have 2 games left. My dude averaged at least 195 yards or at least 200 yards by himself. He would actually have 2,000 yards.
Well, next game, whatever he gets, and he, you know what I mean, if he gets 200 yards that last game, they're going to feed him like he was starving.
I mean, they're basically they're a main running team. They're basically main running team. They like to pound the ball and bludgeon you to death. Well, we got the standings. Yeah, Virginia Union's 8-0, 6-0 in conference. Right behind them is Chowan, Virginia State, and then Bowie State still kicking right behind them. And then that's the Northern Division. Southern Division, Fayetteville State is top in the conference in the division at 6-2 with a 5-1 conference record. So they could do some damage, and it's gonna become between Virginia Union and Fayetteville State. And I think they love de facto championship game. You also got Benedict over in the SIAC. They're 8-0 with a 6-0 record in conference. Right behind them is Fort Valley and Albany State, and then that's the East, and then the West, Tuskegee. And then Kentucky State. So they got, and then Lane. So they got some way they can actually make some noise. They can actually make somebody about to make some noise in D2 football. And we need to support those schools right there because they don't get that much love like that. Not in D2. Not what we do with FCS and
What was the running back's name again?
For Virginia Union?
Yeah.
Jada Byers.
Okay, Byers.
Yep. Yep, dude, 5'7", 180.
5'7", 180. Okay, that's good.
Yeah. He's only a sophomore.
Wow.
So, woo.
with the stature, you know, there are some smaller running backs in the NFL, but with the XFL and USFL and Canadian Football League, this kid has a future.
True.
You put up 2,000 yards, it doesn't matter where you play. Somebody's looking at you.
That is true. So overall, this dude in 2 years has over 2,400 yards of rushing with with 30 touchdowns already. And he ain't even, like I said, he only a sophomore. He ain't even hit his prime yet in college. So man, let's talk about what we're gonna talk about right now, man. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of this thing, y'all.
Yeah, we had appetizer. Let's get to it.
So ESPN College GameDay comes to DVET, not the vet, DVET. All right. For Jackson State versus Southern, y'all. Now, the last time that College GameDay went to an HBCU was 14 years ago when they went to FAMU, and FAMU was playing Howard. And I think
that was in the MEAC, right?
That was when they was in the MEAC still. That's the only other time that they came to an HBCU. That's College GameDay. So you know what we about to get, man. We about to get the atmosphere of Elite Corso picking the headgear. You're going to get a Pat McAfee, who I like. Like, I love Pat McAfee. I love Pat McAfee and his commentating when he breaks down the game, because he does it in a sarcastic but in a funny way. And you got to realize my man is still signed with the WWE. So and so
putting on a show.
So he puts on the show. He know what he's doing. He also got the podcast. So you're gonna have Kirk Herbstreit, who's real analytical. You're gonna have Desmond Howard, aka the Heisman, coming into town, and Reese Davis, who orchestrates the whole thing. This is such a big thing for HBCU sports, but not just HBCU sports. This is a big thing for both Jackson State and Southern. This is both. The last time Jackson State, and I'm not. I guess I'm gonna put mine on. I might be wrong. I might be right. Don't shoot me in the commentary, okay? The last time Jackson State was kind of relevant on an ESPN platform was when Steve McNair was busting our ass for 500 yards. That's the last time you seen the Jackson State just be that relevant on ESPN.
The late great Steve McNair.
And then with Southern, if they ain't talking about the Bayou Classic, they ain't really talking about nothing from Southern. But now you got the number one team in the Western Division with Southern, and the number one team in the Eastern Division with Jackson State, and we going blow for blow at DVET for Boombox Classic, y'all. And just the significance of this, for those that have not, most of the people that have not went to a Jackson State game, what you saw this past Saturday for homecoming, that was nothing. That stadium next week is going to be filled from corner to corner. corner to corner.
Southern brings a lot of people, huh?
Southern brings a lot of people. And funny thing is, a lot of people. It's some people that stay in Jackson. That's from Southern,
yeah. And you know what? And that's a good thing that they're following their crap. But the sad thing is, they're going to go home disappointed once again. But we'll leave that right now.
But I ain't worried about them going home disappointed because I know they're going to lose the game. But my whole thing about it is just a significance that you're going to see 60,000 people like us fill up a whole stadium and be rowdy and loud with it. You're going to have two of the best bands in the country.
Yeah. The jukebox, no
blow for blow. You're going to have the Sonic Boom of the South and the Human Jukebox go blow for blow. Starting at 0 quarter. Then halftime. Then sectional battles. Then the 5th quarter. They're going to go blow for blow with the bands. You're going to see high-flying defense in Jackson State try to stop that you want to call them an offensive juggernaut. Go right ahead. But to stop that offense of Southern, to see how Coach Prime gonna out-coach Coach Dooley, Mr. Ascots and bow ties, Mr. Gucci and Armani, the player coach. I put it like this. I said if Eric Dooley, you get a cane and a pimp had to Eric Dooley, he'll probably have about 4, 5 of them things right to the side of him, looking like the MEAC, y'all.
Yeah.
But this game is gonna be significant to the city of Jackson and the state of Mississippi. Because College GameDay they've been to Ole Miss. They've been up to Oxford. They've been to Starkville for Mississippi State. I don't even know if they've been a USM for Southern Miss. But they ain't never set their foot on the hallowed grounds of the Vet in Jackson, Mississippi. I don't think they ever done that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody y'all could go check and see, it don't matter to me.
Everything that I've been reading and seeing on other sites and stuff like that, no, they haven't been. But the magnitude of the College GameDay, but that just shows you the prime effect. You know what I mean? 60 minutes. Good Morning America. So College GameDay says we got to get in on this.
Yeah,
we got to get on. Everybody wants to see this. Only thing that I hope, and I know that you're with me on this, that they bring a production through the game, because the last.
Well, on that note right there, when it comes to that, it falls up under the school.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying in that regard. Yeah. But let me ask you. Here's my question to ESPN. You're supposed to be the home of the sports. You know what I mean? The big advertising they say, ESPN, sports. You know, the great sports, not digital platform, but all the platforms that they're on.
Yeah.
The thing is, they got to come better, because it's also a reflection of them when the production is not good. We can point fingers and say, okay, they're using the schools, but you know what? That goes, use better production. Have it not on ESPN 5000, have it on ESPN. That way you have a better production, because HBCU Go, the production is absolutely phenomenal. Their announcers are good, informative, because sometimes the announcers on ESPN, I'm like, Man, did they know the names?
I think the announcers for this game gonna be Jay Walker and Tiffany Green.
100% it's going to be.
I for sure is gonna be those two right there. but just think, y'all, the significance. Just think of the significance Brian just put out there, y'all. We had 60 minutes last Sunday.
All in a week.
Then you turn around on Friday, you have Good Morning America. And then you come in for this coming Saturday with College GameDay.
But back up in 1 minute.
It was the crazy thing about it is that with the College GameDay, they announced that on Sunday afternoon.
But Doc, back up for homecoming. Who did you have? You had Snoop, you had the boss, you had the young.
I understand that, but I'm just saying as far as with
the broadcasting.
With the broadcasting,
but that's
also exposure.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100%.
With the exposure, like
I'm putting everything together, all the excitement, the magnitude of everything. You know what I mean? More eyes because Snoop has a big following. The boss has a big following. The young rapper has a big following. The homecoming, it's just, I watched it today, man, and those old gals were stepping, boy. It was phenomenal. And just the pageantry and everything that goes along. And then now you have the college game day, man. How could you not?
Let's just think about this. If College Game Day was here this past Saturday, I think everybody named Mama would have been up. Nah, I won't say that. I think it still would have been the same. It would have been the same thing that you would have saw. It would have been the 51,000 that was in the stadium. But this weekend,
it's perfect. It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's a perfect combination. Hey, make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure you become a member and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for everything HBCU OverDrive. I kind of do have some numbers of who is subscribed and that watches the channel and who is. We have 29.6 people are subscribed that watch the channel, and then 70.4 is not subscribed that watches the channel. We got to flip that around, y'all. We got to flip that around.
Hit the subscribe button. It don't cost nothing. You're getting great contact from the doctor now.
We got to subscribe, y'all. We got to make sure we get these likes up. We got to make sure we get the stream up because, hey, I'm just letting y'all know this past Saturday and Friday and Saturday that I went on live, we had over 5,000 views this past weekend. We had over 5,000 views from the 3 shows I did. I did on Friday. I did on Saturday afternoon at the game. And what I did Saturday night after the game. We had over 5,000 views, y'all. We got to keep it up, man. We got to keep it up.
This channel, just like JSU, it's on the rise.
It's on the rise. Like, we got to get it up. And if nobody don't know about this, tell somebody about it. Tell them, hey, you better subscribe. My boy, my boy be on it. My guy be on it.
And if you're not in a relationship, this is the program for you.
If you're not in a relationship, this is the program. This is the program for you, man. If you're not in relationships. But
you can be in relationships too, but if you're not in one, you can definitely come.
Thank you, Ms. Ivy. Thank you. Like, we did over 5,000 views, y'all. In fact, I'm about to look at it right now, y'all.
Yeah, just so while you're looking at that, just gonna let the people know. Keep tuning to the great content that the doc is putting out. He's coming to you pregame. He's coming to you postgame. He's giving you the latest events that's happening in the HBCU and SWAC and the MEAC and Division II. He's covering a lot of topics, so he's well informed. And if he doesn't know, he finds a way to know. So get in the know with the Doc Holiday Overdrive Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, just the significance of this game this weekend and the significance of the exposure we about to get with with College GameDay coming to the vet and highlighting Jackson State and Southern is going to be eventful. It's going to be eventful.
So, I'm going to be curious to see what the ratings are for the game.
I'm thinking the ratings are going to be up there.
It's
a 1 o'clock game, y'all. So
1.5 to almost 1.5 to 2 million. You get those kind of numbers, ESPN will be just, oh man, we should come back again and put them on our regular programming.
Nope, you take that and you go broker your own deal for your
there
own.
You go.
You broker your own deal for your own your own media deal. 1 o'clock kickoff Saturday. This game is on ESPN 3 to be exact. ESPN 3. It ain't even on ESPN Plus. They moved to ESPN 3.
They need to go up.
If they go to ESPN 2, I will sit back and watch that. I'd be like, I'll play hooky and not go to work and just watch for the first 3 hours for those 3 hours and then go to work. I will call off and say, hey, we got to go to Jackson.
Yeah.
But I got a game to go cover.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's just like we were saying, having game day, the production's got to be on point because they say they're the leader in sports. They got to show that why they're the leader. And it's, you know what I mean? ESPN 3, I don't think it's, you know what I mean? If they're using the cameras, the VHS cameras, or somebody found beta from 1,000 years ago, those cameras got to go because it was terrible. Sometimes it was stuck on the scoreboard. Sometimes you hear it squeaking in the back. It was awful. Mm-hmm. And one thing, I think we were saying the other night that Coach Prime please put out a PSA, tell the people, give them a little quick lesson in etiquette as far as cheering, when to cheer, when to be loud, and when not to have advertising when you're inside the 5-yard line and going for a score.
Yeah, thank you. Because
I feel so bad for Weidman too, because okay, the receiver's supposed to look at the ball. We know all this, but there was in the announcement there was like a hut. So you know what I mean? So you never know, you know, especially the guy hasn't played in a while. It's on pins and needles. You know what I mean? It seems like when things are going wrong, everything goes wrong for you. And I just hope this a tsunami of crap that he's going through, and some is probably self-inflicted. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We got to keep it a buck. He's practicing. I hope he's practicing hard. I believe he's practicing hard because we definitely need him in the red zone. If we ain't going to run the ball in, Weidman is the guy.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, this is going to be significant. That's all I got to say about that. It got to be significant. We got to, in fact, it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. No, it starts at 9. It's I think it's either 8 or 9. But if you in Jackson, everybody needs to be there with a sign that got something to say about Southern or Jackson State. Everybody got to be there early, be loud, be proud, wear your gear, and
Show out.
And show them the reason why you can't, why they selected to come to Jackson.
And to come back.
And to come back. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. There's plenty of places they could have went this past weekend, y'all. Let's look at that top 25. There's plenty of places they could have went this weekend. They could have went to Penn State. They could have went to Penn State. But guess what? They said, no. We coming to Jackson. We coming to Jackson, the city with soul. That's where we going. We ain't going to Happy Valley. We ain't going to Texas A&M. We ain't going to Ann Arbor. We ain't going to Knoxville. We going to Jackson, Mississippi.
The hottest college in all of football.
And if you don't know about Jackson State, you better check your references. All right. But so tomorrow, if my boy HBCU Band Talk is still on here, we got to get together for the bands. And I might have to call in a few heavy hitters. I'm gonna start getting on the horn tonight about that. See if I could get some people to come on here and talk about the bands.
What a great conversation that's going to be. Two great bands.
Yeah. Let's see. Nah, man, I'm not gonna be at the game because unfortunately I gotta go. I have to work. This Saturday is almost time for holiday season to come up in retail. What up, Los? It's about that time for holiday to come up with retail. So I'm pretty much gonna be on pins and needles right now.
Preparing for Black Friday.
Preparing for Black Friday.
I'm in retail too, so I definitely know.
Also, like I said, try to be at the game in Houston next Saturday. Campbell didn't bring their band, bro. They didn't bring their band, but they had their football team was some bigums.
I heard that team was huge. I see on video they're huge, but I must say in person they're huge.
He was huge. That dude was that was a big dude right there. Mm-hmm. I can't even fault you on that.
Hey Doc, let me ask you a question. I was phenomenal. Well, I got a question and a statement. I heard $1 million was donated to the university from a church.
Yep.
Now, has Diddy paid up yet?
I don't even know, man. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know.
And he said he wanted only to go to the football team. Come on now, it'd be nice if Diddy showed up at the game with the big check. Wouldn't that be something?
It would be nice if he came to the game with a big check, but I ain't hear it.
But we got to check with Diddy.
But yeah, man, we get into the game. I mean, we get there, you got to be loud and proud and have your signs and be dressed. I ain't gonna say dressed to the nines, but represent your school, your university. Like,
what's the color theme? What's the color theme this weekend?
This weekend is pink because it's the pink out game and it's the senior day.
Okay. Okay. I think, a matter of fact, I think Nuggets family's coming down for the game
Right.
because I heard
Yeah.
him on an interview. His family's coming down.
He's graduating this year.
Aubrey.
Aubrey graduating. A lot of seniors that's graduating. So we gonna reload after this season.
I've seen a couple of commits already on different podcasts. A couple linebacker. They're from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
The wide receiver. I think Corey interviewed him on the 1400 Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know there's going to be some major signings. They always have major signings, but I think we only had 1 5-star, which is phenomenal. Get the number 1, but I believe this year we're going to get about 4 to 5.
Man, all I know is we'll get something, but until then, until that happens, we just gonna focus with what we got right now.
Yeah,
and like I said, pink out on Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff, ESPN 3 for those that's watching it on TV like me while I'm at work.
We're hoping that it goes up to 2 or 1.
Man. But other than that, y'all, like it's gonna be a it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a dog fight. It's gonna be a dog fight. So you got anything coming up?
The only thing I'm doing is keep listening to podcasts and keep encouraging people. I've been on some of the young men on Twitter, just letting them know what a great opportunity they will have being coached by the best, one of the greatest, and absolutely let them know being part of history, to make history, is be where the history is being made.
Right.
So keep encouraging those young men, and everybody do their part. If everybody does their part and show them the love, hey man, it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Let's bless the cash out for the channel, y'all. Let's bless the cash out for the channel. Because this weekend, man, look, me and my wife, when we said this was business, this was business. I'd say almost every receipt that we done spent this past weekend.
That's what you got to do.
So we can get this money back, y'all.
Yes, get out there and bless them. You can do it on PayPal. If you could do it on Cash App, you can do it on. He's got a lot of different things that he'll put it up there for you. So continue blessing this great guy, the doc. And another thing too, guys, don't be afraid to tell somebody.
Oh yeah, don't be afraid. Hey, guess what? Because we are 5 subscribers away from me hitting 500, y'all.
Yeah, we can do that. You know what I mean? This week by Saturday, we got to have 500 guys, and we're talk about 600.
Yep, we are at almost. We are 5 members away from 500.
Yeah, I even put it on my a lot of my friends here in Canada. I wrote to them, and as a matter of fact, I put on the thing about the relationships, and I sent it to them. And it said, check out this podcast, and subscribe to it, talking about HBCU, great content.
Oh, yeah. But other than that, man, like I said, Houston on November 5th. If Jack State win, they win out. Probably go to try to get to the SWAC championship game in Jackson. I'm not going to do the Celebration Bowl because that's closer to Christmas time, so I just got to pick my poison. Other than that, I'm gonna start covering HBCU basketball too, especially the smaller schools. Which is since I'm in Dallas, I'll be covering Paul Quinn to give y'all some good content. So basically, like if you donate to the channel, everything that I do for the channel, like getting new equipment and stuff, the money goes to something good, to get the equipment, to get better lighting, green screen, like anything that helps this channel grow. By the donations that we get, that I just let everybody know that's what happens with it. But other than that, man, Tuesday is HBCU tonight. So we back on our regular scheduled program, y'all. Since I was out there trying to hustle and stuff like that, we are up back to our regular scheduled program. So tomorrow is HBCU tonight. That's I'm gonna have that at 8:00. So y'all make sure y'all tune in 8:00 tomorrow night. Wednesday is my off night, but I might do some. I don't know. I don't know how we do it.
Take a night off. Unless there's breaking news, take a night off. You need Wednesday, take a night off.
I'll be on Twitter for HBCU tonight.
Yeah,
HBCU nightly.
You can follow them on Twitter. You can follow them on Instagram. You're also on Facebook too, aren't you?
Yep.
And you're also on Facebook. So there's many different ways to follow Doc. He's got great content on every single thing that he's on. So support the brother. You got a good brother here. Support the brother.
And Thursday is Week 8 preview for all the games other than Jackson State. Friday is I Love Fridays, and Saturday morning is pregame show and postgame show Saturday night. So, like I said, we back on a regular scheduled program now. Like I said, if it's Wednesday, if there's anything that happens on Wednesday, I go live. More I put out there, the more stuff I put out there, the more that the channel grows, that the subscribers grow, and try to come out with it. Like I said, I'm not saying that merch, but I am working on. We are going to work on try to get some merchandise out. Don't know when. We're not going to say we're going to have it now, but we'll let everybody know when it's going to come out and when we're going to launch it. And other than
that's a really nice hoodie, brother.
Thank you. So I would so for those that, like I said, people want they want to just get a shirt made. I mean, we can make one for you, but it's not gonna we'll make one for love. That's how we do it. But even when I'm going to my real job, I still promote the channel by wearing my hoodie or wearing my shirt. I'm gonna start, since I got the logo, I'm gonna start doing hats. Start wearing, getting hats. So with my job, so I'm trying to get a lot of stuff going on, y'all. But if that's anything, nobody don't have anything else to come up about. I am Doc Holliday. That's my guy Brian Johnson. This is the week in review. Make sure that y'all like, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe and become a member of the hottest HBCU podcast channel on YouTube right now. All right. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Ding. It doesn't take that much time to do. Just hit that notification bell, put it on all, and you get everything. You get that notification when I go online. When I get ready to go online, now I can do posts. So let everybody know that I do posts. Share it with people. And till then, like I said, this is HBCU OverDrive live show where HBCUs matter. I'm your guy, Doc Holliday. We'll be back Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. Remember, be thirsty, my friends. Oh, goofy, y'all. Nah, y'all take it easy. Be careful. Be careful out there. It's raining outside. It's thunder and lightning outside. Y'all stay in. Hydrate yourselves. All right. But again, man, I'm out of here. Peace.